Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of Workshop Weekly. We have some more sets, strictly sets this time. No real special crazy things like the courier that we had last time. And I think I did something else on top of a courier. I can't really remember it, but this time we just have 4 sets to review today. Now, when I went through to gather the sets, there were a lot posted between now and the quote-unquote submission deadline. Reason I say quote-unquote, though, is because Valve has gone out and said that they will extend the submission deadline to Monday, I believe, of next week. Or I think it was the 26th, I can't remember. But the 24th is no longer the deadline for the fall season workshop CTA. So we have some workshop artists that have already had their stuff finished, and they sent it in because it was originally planned for the 24th for the deadline. And here we are now, basically, at that supposed deadline, with a couple more sets to talk about. Of course, I want to point out immediately, these sets were not picked up in any particular order, and I just picked them up as I saw them. And the only reason I say that is because I have 2 sets made by the same 2 artists, and then 1 set that's made by the first 2 co-artists at the very beginning. So that's the only reason I have to point that out. Basically, there are 3 sets with 3 identical co-artists and 2 sets with 2 identical main artists. And there's still obviously no particular order. So let's get into this. And the first one, I really actually liked this one when I saw it. It's called Candy Cat for Pudge by A and Hunter X Hunter. So the set comes with 8 items, being a loading screen, arms, back, belt, head, offhand weapon, shoulders, and primary weapon. The reason why I picked up this set is because the last Pudge set that got accepted seemed to heavily change Pudge almost entirely, which was the Scarecrow set. And I think if Valve is starting to accept more unique sets, is the best way to put it, then this would be another one of those very specific exceptions that I'd like to see. The reason why is because I've always felt Pudge's items, or at least his baseline color scheme, needed to have a bit of ramification, or at least some change that would make it more unique. And I'd say that this set in particular definitely makes it more unique. The reason why it is called Candy Cat Pudge, by the way, is that not only is Pudge's one of his arms turned into a cat-like arm, but he also has a little cat on his belt, which is also the belt, and his back, which is equipped with a physical cat tail. And that's the main reason I like this set, is because not only did they still keep it very pumpkin themed, very Halloween themed, which is the candy portion, but they also colored everything else orange with it, along with its baseline color scheme of Halloween. So that's why I like this set a lot. And I was very happy to see it come out, because I'd heard that there was a little bit of something being made up. And this is definitely one of those things. I don't have any big negatives about this set. And yeah, that's actually pretty much it. So this is a set I really like to see, and I'm really hoping to see it come out into the fall season. Next is Drow Ranger. This one is also by A and Hunter X Hunter. This one called the Secret Witch. This will have 8 items, being a loading screen, arms, back, head, legs, miscellaneous, which I believe would be her quiver, shoulders, and primary weapon. And the reason I picked this one up as well is because again, it is not only abiding to the very Halloween-esque theme, but still keeping Drow's baseline purple, blue, and light black color scheme, as well as the very neon-esque additions that go with the rest of her outfit. It's very clean, very styled, and that's why I was always surprised about this, because when I went and looked at A's collection, there's not really too much in there. He makes sets very specifically themed around very specific themes, and this was one of those sets. And that's the reason I like his artist work he's done so far, because he makes sets very based around very specific periods of times and always manages to just destroy our expectations. I could see Valve adding their own little special prismatic color effects to a lot of this, basically to amplify the cape, the miscellaneous, and the helmet. I imagine to give its own very special Halloween prismatic effects. Whether or not Valve plans to go full-fledged into the Valve editions, as we like to call them, when it comes down to the workshop items, is up to them at this point, as we're approaching the end soon of the fall season, which has been confirmed extended for a couple of days. We have all these sets that are coming in that might have that little extra Valve addition that could make them even better. But with that being said, that there is a good reason, but that is the reason why I like this Drow set a lot. There's a lot of potential for the Valve additions, but just in general, the set itself is very clean. It fits Drow's baseline color scheme, and it works out extremely well with the rest of the outfits that might be coming out in this Halloween update. Next is one that's very close and dear to my heart. It is a techies set. This one is called Mad Science by Ducksink. And the reason I picked this one up is because it actually has a very unique thing that a lot of people haven't really thought of when it comes to making a techie skin. And what is that, you ask? Well, as you might be able to see, there is somebody missing from here. And Spoon is not actually on the back of Squee. Spoon is actually, well, no, Spoon technically is, but Spoon is this containered unit in a jar. And that's why I liked it actually so much, was because it's extremely unique in the fact that it went out of the box and decided to put Squee not in a box and put him in a jar. And the other big thing about this is that the whole entire set looks extremely well. It's extremely clean. The only downside to the set, which is the only thing I really want to point out, is that there are no skins for the stasis mine nor the remote mine. Now, again, as the expectation was going to be the 24th for the end of the Battle Pass, for the end of the fall 2020 season, now that it's been extended, we will likely see those additions on the workshop page before the actual new expiration date for the fall of 2020 season. But the techie set is so clean, it is extremely well done, and I hope it goes in exactly how it is right now, with the exception of the custom stasis mine effect and the custom red mine, which I don't actually know what that is. I'm pretty sure it's called a proximity mine. That's what it's called. And last and least, I don't want to say that. That's very rude, actually. In my opinion, I felt like this was an amazing set. And it's Frankenstein by Elaine and Hunter x Hunter. So like I was saying, Hunter x Hunter was in here 3 times out of the 4 sets this week. And the reason I picked up this set is because it's perfect. It literally is perfect. Like, what is your first thought when it comes to literally Alchemist riding his ogre? Is that he is controlling the ogre. So in this case, it's just Alchemist is Frankenstein, and Frankenstein's monster is the ogre. So that's the big thing about this. That's why I liked it a lot, because it's actually a really good set. And there's a lot of well put out thought, as well as extremely well looking details put into this. It still keeps Alchemist's baseline purple color scheme. As you can see also when he ults, you can still see a lot of his pre-existing gold particles that are added on, as well as the very obvious visual purple effects that come from his ultimate being used. The reason I like this one a lot on top of it was because of the fact that it's not gold. It's more like a bronzy kind of sheen goldish, with its little bit of green effects that once activated with the ultimate from Alchemist, it looks a little bit blue instead. But overall, this is an amazing set. It comes with 7 items, being a armor, arms, body, head, offhand, shoulder, and weapon, which can be quote-unquote flexed in the sense that it's not actually all of those. Like Mad Science has Spleen, Bazooka, Cart, Remote Mine, Sign, Spoon, and Squee, basically, was the actual description of the whole entire set, but not the actual set, obviously, because they're not advertised as that. They're advertised as like head, belt, shoulders, offhand, apparently a Squee. Real funny stuff. But yeah, I really like this Frankenstein set and Frankenstein's monster. So I'm hoping this one gets added as well, and no doubt we'll also see a little bit of Valve's custom animation effects added into it. This might be one of those ultra rare sets that'll make that little push in there and people will be like, oh, it's a really good Alchemist set. And nobody really has a lot of crazy good Alchemist sets. The last one we had was that like steampunk looking one. That was an ultra rare that had like a top hat or something. That one was pretty cool, but this one I imagine will take the cake, especially if Valve adds their own little custom prismatic effects like they did with a lot of the Collector's Cash sets. But that concludes episode 2 of our episode 2, season 2 of our fall workshop weekly season. There's still going to be at least another video and at most 2 videos that will come out after this video here, because we do technically have another 4 days left, supposedly, unless I'm getting the days wrong in my head. Basically, what you see here says September 24th. That's completely incorrect. So expect to see at least one more video, and depending on how much time I have available, maybe a second video. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and actually that's pretty much it. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time for some more Dota 2 action. This is Party PD, signing off. Hello everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please make sure to follow, subscribe, and like it, to be honest, because I put in a moderate amount of work into this. There's a lot of ways I can make this a lot better, but by all means, if you liked it a lot, then by all means, show your appreciation by hitting that sub button that's off to the left over there, or the subscribe button that's off to the right. Wait, no, that's the same thing. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.